8 life-changing personal finance lessons. Hi there, it's Luigi and welcome to Catapult Capitalism, your guide in making smart financial moves for your future. Before we get into the video, I just want to remind you guys that if you dig the content we're putting out, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you get notified when we put out more videos. With that said, let's get straight into it. Basically, personal finance is a term that refers to how you manage your money and how you save and invest. This includes budgeting, spending, saving, investments, retirement planning, tax, estate planning and mortgages, and a lot more. Oftentimes, most people don't think about it until their 40s because it's literally a pain in the neck. But it's also something that has the power to completely change your whole life. Making the most of your money means learning how to spot excellent advice from bad advice, and using that knowledge to your advantage. It's never been easier to manage your money. So to help you with that, here are 8 personal finance lessons that will change your life. Lesson 1. Income is not everything. Up until a certain point, your income is irrelevant. In order to meet your basic demands and build up some savings, you'll have to have a certain amount of money left. But because of something known as lifestyle creep, you'll never be able to get on top of your finances. You can think of lifestyle creep as an increase in your expenses when your income also rises. Say when you get a raise of $5,000, instead of using it to pay off your debt, you start thinking about all the things that you can buy with it. As an example, maybe a new flat screen TV, or perhaps a vacation that you've always wanted. After all, don't you think you've earned it? I mean, earning that raise was a major accomplishment, right? Well, here's something you might want to know. Even people with 6-figure salaries can still find themselves struggling. The key here is to make sure you set aside a portion of your earnings. To begin, aim to set aside 20% of what you earn. And if your income rises, increase that percentage even further. Even better, pretend that you never received the raise, and use the extra money to pay down your debts or save for the future. Lesson 2. Have an extra source of income. If there was ever a good time to start a freelance business or a side job, now is the time. As we've seen before, a lot of successful people during their startups had no idea where they'd end up, but still pursued things and took that risk. Right to the point they ended up earning over 6 figures a year or maybe even in a month. With money, there's only so much you can cut, but freelancing and consulting are some of the best ways to make more money and in a short amount of time too. For one thing, there is no limit to how much money you can make. Many people make full-time money as freelancers. It doesn't matter if you write or play an instrument or teach people how to organize their closets. Almost everyone has a profitable skill. But if you don't think you possess a skill that you can make money from, that brings me to my next point, which is Lesson 3. Invest in your own personal and professional growth. Listen, it might sound counterproductive, but as the saying goes, in order to make money, you first have to spend money. A huge number of books and online tools are available to help us learn new things in almost any field we can think of. The more skills and knowledge you have, the more valuable you'll be to both your employers and your clients. Like upgrading to a premium subscription of a video editing software from a free trial promo. You were just so obsessed with making the best videos that you could that you were willing to invest the money to do it. You realized that's what you needed to do to earn your money back to begin with. As long as you're spending your money on the right education tools and resources, it can pay off in the long run. Everything will be worth it. Trust me. Lesson 4. Do not be picky. It's understandable that as you advance in your career, you tend to be more selective of the work or things that you need to do. However, if you're only in the early phase of building your career, now is not the time to be picky. If someone hires you for a specific job you're not an expert at, but you know you can still do it well with the right amount of effort, then go for it. Whatever you earn from that, you can throw into paying your debt or your rent for the month. If you've made it this far and find this all useful, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so that you're up to date whenever we upload a new video. Well then, let's get back to it. Lesson 5. If you don't need it, don't buy it. You've probably heard this one before, it's nothing new. But once again, stop buying crap that you don't need and start putting that money instead into your savings. Pay attention to how you feel a few months after making a big purchase. Were all the problems that you thought would be solved really solved by this thing you bought? Are you any closer to happiness or contentment now that you've done this? How much closer would you be to happiness if you instead tried to pay off some of the debt that's been holding you back? People who show a little patience and determination can go a long way. Lesson 6. Keep track of your expenses and achievements. The easiest way to go broke is to not keep track of your expenses, according to a well-known saying. There's no better way to show how important it is to keep track of your money than that. You don't need to track every last cent and coin, but if you want to make headway towards your own personal goals, then you're gonna have to start tracking your progress along the way. You can use great apps to help you with this. Apps like Mint can be a great use. Lesson 7. Read personal finance books. A lot of this isn't just about learning new things, it's also about getting a push to keep going. Seeing that everyone in your life is renting BMWs and living paycheck to paycheck isn't going to make you want to be a better person. It'll help you more to keep your eyes on the prize if you read about people who have already done this. You should believe me when I say that the value of a good book on personal finance is impossible to measure. Lesson 8. Celebrate your progress. Some people say that you have to eat nothing but ramen and live in a cave if you want to become financially free. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you get what I mean. Okay, despite the fact that things may appear to be going well, it's critical to remember to take time to celebrate and savor the journey. Don't forget to treat yourself as you make progress towards financial freedom. Whether it's a bottle of wine, a pair of headphones, or a replacement for that broken laptop, to keep going, you need to celebrate even the tiniest victories. But of course, you gotta remind yourself not to go overboard. For the most part, becoming financially free is a difficult and painful process, but the reward is well worth it. Envision a life where you no longer have to worry about money, where you can quit your unfulfilling work and truly say you've been living your life to the fullest. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell because we've got lots more videos to come. Again, we appreciate you tuning in to Catapult Capitalism. Take care and see you next time.